Kirsty TV is about the power of sharing stories that heal ourselves and heal others. My guests share their most intimate stories and lessons learned along the way. Hi guys, it's Kirsty here from Kirsty TV. Depression is one of those topics that people often don't want to talk about, but it's the very thing that will help people who do have depression. If you're on that mental health spectrum, they say something like 25% of people are on it, whether you're at the beginning with mild depression, whether you're somewhere else with grief or trauma, or whether you're further up with bipolar, ADD, OCD, you're on that mental health spectrum. How do we move forward? Well, some of my guests have shared some amazing insights that I found really helpful. Jules, who shared her own personal story, at first not wanting to acknowledge that she even had depression, and eventually getting the help that she needed.
I was feeling alone and down and sometimes like there wasn't any hope, but I felt like that was, I certainly wasn't going to get an acting job, allowing that part of me to be seen by the world. So I kept it quiet and secret. And it was embarrassing because I thought, I'm attractive, I have an education, I'm from a good family, I shouldn't be depressed. Everyone deals with it in a different way, but the thing that I found that everyone needs to do is admit it. First admit it. Like, okay, this is not, life doesn't have to be this sad and hard and lonely. And so what am I going to do to fix it for myself?
Ross, who had bipolar, was smashing his knuckles and suicidal, aggressive outbursts, not knowing what to do with the hallucinations he was experiencing. He really shared a way forward that he has found has worked for him.
How do I recognize these hallucinations? How do I balance my anger so that I'm not continuing to break my knuckles and toes and scream at people and do these things? The key for me was to have the discipline and the vulnerability to look at where those things were coming from and not shy away from them. And go, if you're gonna go into a dark place, go all the way.
I really thought they would just go away. I really thought that they were so severe, that it was so weird, that if I just hid it long enough, it would go away. And unfortunately, that doesn't work.
There is hope and light at the end of what can seem like a really dark tunnel. I sat down with some of my favourite people on the couch at Couch Time. We discussed depression and how it had impacted our life, the people we knew that were going through it.
A study that showed over 100 years ago that we had up to 10 people that we were close enough to reach out and share our deepest, darkest secrets. And they redid the study a few years ago and they found that it's now down under 2. I think it was like 1.7.
And then we sat down with an expert, psychologist Lisa Cypers came in, who also shared her insight into techniques and strategies for moving forward from depression.
When we're mired in the muck of when bad things happen, we say, how can I possibly be happy when I've lost my home, or when my son is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, or my child is sick? And the reality of it is, if you don't capture some happiness in the present moment, we don't know what tomorrow will bring. So we're talking about teaching skills that really help sustain well-being, such as practicing gratitude, being of service, really defining part of your life as how you can be of use to others. That instead of being the center of the world, how to be a part of it.
If you're stuck and not knowing how to move forward, one of the first and most important things is to ask for help, to reach out. It can be so incredibly difficult to reach out and ask for help when you're in the depths of depression, but it really is the key to moving forward. Find a way to reach out to someone. Tell them what's going on. Write to us, Facebook us, tweet us, share what's going on. Build community around yourself. That's what's key. So continue watching by clicking the play button on any of the screens below. You'll see the full interview with Jules on her story of depression, Ross on his story of bipolar, the Couch Time discussion with the gang, or our expert positive psychologist, Dr. Lisa. I'll see you soon. Keep watching.